Welcome back to another epic episode of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. A big massive thank you to Minowara for his Zeta Finn footage in his full Resistance team. Before we jump into the Resistance team and go through all the details of what they provide, I just want to make you aware as a viewer that this team may not hold as well defensively. Like all Zetas, they have their pros and cons, and they're going to require some very good mods on your characters. Finn has recently gone through a major rework and he's grabbed that Zeta leader ability. Finn's leader ability is called Balanced Tactics. Resistance allies gain 30% offense and 60% defense, and other allies gain half that amount whenever a resistant ally loses foresight. They gain advantage for 2 turns, and whenever an enemy takes damage from exposed, reduce the cooldowns of all resistance allies by 1 and grant them 35% turn meter. So what we know about Finn so far, that he can hit quite hard on his basic, he can also expose, he's a buffer, he's a cleanser, and he also has that 80% chance to stun. Let's now have a look at Poe Dameron, because there is a lot of synergy going on in this Resistance team. Poe has a special called Resistance Bravado, which he taunts for 2 turns and removes 25% turn meter from each enemy with a 65% chance to also expose them for 2 turns, and it inflicts buff immunity for 2 turns on the primary target. And if that wasn't enough, Poe also comes equipped with his unique called Stand Firm, where Poe receives plus 22% tenacity and recovers 7.5% of his max health whenever he resists a negative status effect. If Finn is present, he also gains these bonuses, and whenever Poe loses taunt, Finn gains a taunt for 1 turn. So far we've got 2 characters that are able to taunt, we've got a cleanser, and we've also got 2 characters that can deal that expose. So just to make you aware on this next bit of footage that General Kenobi is Gear 9, there is no B2 in the squad, but Barriss is also Zeta'd. Let's have a look at the synergy now that we're going to see from Resistance Trooper. On the basic of Resistance Trooper, that he has a 65% chance to expose the enemy for 3 turns. Resistance Trooper also comes equipped with a special called Opportune Strike, which has a 4-turn cooldown. This deals physical damage to the target enemy and dispels all buffs on them with a 50% chance of inflicting a speed down for 2 turns. This ability's cooldown is reduced by 2 if the target is suffering any negative status effects. Resistance Trooper also has a unique called Guerrilla Tactics, where Resistance Trooper has plus 10 potency and gains 55% turn meter whenever an enemy becomes exposed. So far out of the 3 characters, we've got a Cleanser, we've got 2 Taunters, and we've also got a Dispeller. Then if that wasn't enough, you also have Resistance Pilot, where she's able to gain turn meter on her basic, and she's also able to land that exposed and get a lot of benefits from foresight and crits. Then on top of that, you also have Rey, and Rey Zeta is able to apply the Dazed as long as she is not debuff. So this is quite a crazy little setup that this Resistance team has definitely going for it. So let's talk about the setup here. So Poe is going to taunt. You're going to want to have a really fast Poe, and you're also going to want to really put lots and lots of potency on him. So when he does taunt, he's then going to have that chance of exposing the enemies. Once at least 1 expose goes onto the enemies, Resistance Trooper is going to gain 55% turn meter. You would then use Opportune Strike or Flush Out to then hit that expose. That's going to then gain your entire team 35% turn meter. This is also going to reduce all cooldowns in your team by 1. Then, depending on who goes first, if you then go with Rey, you'd go in with a heavy special attacks. Then you've also got to look at it in this way, that if you had Finn going next, or you had Resistance Pilot, you'd go for an additional expose. You would either go for the expose you've already gone for to give more turn meter to your squad, or you'd go for giving Resistance Trooper that additional 55% turn meter from getting an exposed on a target. This also brings me to the reasoning why it may not be that good on defense, because this team relies heavily on the AI attacking that exposed or exposing the enemy. So if the AI does decide not to go for the exposed, this team could crumble and fall apart on defense. I don't currently have Finn, but after watching this footage, this is definitely making me want to go out and get Finn just for this, because it looks so much fun. It makes me feel that I can go and make this squad and have a great time with it no matter the consequence. This video is definitely the icebreaker, and this is something that I'm going to do more reviews on these characters and do more in-depth reviews on to farm or not to farm. So this video is kind of like the starting point. I'm going to have some more videos where they take on the AAT raid in phase 2. So we're going to have a look at what score they grab from that. So what is your thoughts? Are you looking forward to seeing more Finn Resistance team? Are you wanting to see that all-important AAT raid? Let me know in the comments below. If you have liked this video, please remember to use your force powers to hit that like button and make sure that you are subscribing. This Saturday night, we have a first episode of Jedi Academy. This is going to be a live stream with me, VGW, and Warrior. We're going to answer all your questions. We're going to talk about meta, so make sure you are subscribing so you're not missing this live stream.